you want to sit here? Because I look bigger in this.
No, it's all right. I'll sit here so I can look smaller.
Okay. Right, so this video is part of a collaboration with a number of other YouTubers, and the topic this month is top 3 reasons we got into motorhoming and or caravanning. So it's motorhoming obviously for us, and we did a video, we actually did a video about 4 years ago on the same subject when we were at a cottage.
That's right, yeah.
Which sort of brings us to the first reason.
Cottages.
Cottages, yeah. We used to do a lot of cottages. We used to go on I think we said the Hoe Seasons cottage, or English country cottages, or Scottish country cottages, when we started going to Scotland. And obviously you could only go for a couple of weeks. They're so expensive.
It started getting more and more expensive, didn't it? I mean, that one we had at Plockton, where we filmed the previous video, was £800, wasn't it, for a week?
Yeah. Yeah.
We were finding we could only just like have one big holiday a year.
Yeah.
And then we couldn't get away for weekends or whatever, so that was one of the first reasons. And linked to cottages was the fact that we got a dog, didn't we? We got Katie.
Yeah, Katie came along.
Yeah, and then we wanted to take Bonnie as well, her sister, and a lot of cottages didn't allow 2 dogs, and some didn't even allow 1. So one day we were sitting, weren't we, at Lock End Cottage, and put a picture of that in, and a motorhome went past, didn't it? And you said, that's what we want. Yeah. And I'm thinking, why would we want one of those?
Why do we want one of those?
Yeah.
So we actually went away and we had a discussion about it, and we decided to hire one, didn't we? But we'll come on to that a little bit later. Yeah. But I think the second reason was, when we were going on these cottage holidays, was the distances we were travelling. Yeah, particularly going up to Plockton and Applecross is where we were going. And although we were staying overnight in Bury with your mum, it was still about a 6 or 7 hour drive, wasn't it? Yeah. The roads weren't quite as clever then. There were a lot of single track roads. Yeah. So we weren't arriving there till early evening, and we just thought to ourselves, if we had a motorhome, we could break the journey, and then we could go further. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so when we did do the cottage one where we filmed the previous video, we did stop, didn't we? We stopped at Killin on the way up, and we stopped at Bunree on the way back, and it broke the journey. Yeah. So that was one of the considerations, was actually the distance travelling. Then because we could plan a tour as well, couldn't we? Rather than going somewhere and just going out each day, we could actually plan a nice round tour. That sounds like another reason, that. Well, no, it's to do with the distances, isn't it? Yeah, I suppose so. Once you've got to a campsite, then you can go on to another campsite. If you were booking a cottage, you'd be backwards and forwards from the cottage all the time. So you'd increase the distance you'd travel effectively, because you're always having to go back to the same place. That's right, yeah. So the third reason as to why we got into motorhoming was hiring a motorhome. It sounds more like a how we got into motorhome, but there is a reason behind that. There's a reason behind it. We hired one in the mid-90s, and I didn't enjoy it. I thought we had a lot of problems with the van. I think that sort of put me off. The water tank leaked. Yeah. There were various other little issues with it. Anyway, the second time, in 2003, when we hired one, this really convinced me that that's the type of holiday, or that I'd like to get a motorhome, was that tour, because we stayed stayed here actually, didn't we? We're at Troutbeck at the moment. Yeah. And this was one of the sites that we stayed on. And I just thought, that was a fantastic week, and I was sorry when it came to an end, and we sat down afterwards and said, let's see what we can do about getting our own motorhome. And that's when we went on to buy the little Vista, wasn't it? Yeah, so it is why we got a motorhome, because we hired. Yeah. I don't think we'd have got into motorhoming if we hadn't hired No, because I still have had that previous memory of the previous week when I didn't really enjoy it. No, that's right. But that week convinced me, oh yes, I'd love to do this. Yeah. So people always ask me, should I hire a motorhome before you try it? Well, you've got to hire one, because you unless you could borrow someone's, I suppose you could do that.
Yeah.
But you've got to at least try it to see if you like it, because it is different from, you know, perhaps going abroad or, you know, fly hire holidays, that sort of thing, or cottages like we did. It just is a different lifestyle. So you'll either love it or you'll hate it.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, and we loved it that week. So
Yeah.
that was 2003, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
now we are on Motorhome 5.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we must like it, mustn't we?
You must do, yeah. Yeah.
It's funny, we were having a little discussion with a guy opposite, and he'd got a similar motorhome. He'd got a Bessacar 574, so the model just before this one. And we were talking, he came from caravanning, and he said he wouldn't go back to caravanning now because he enjoys the motorhome so much.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
we've never done caravanning, but
No.
we tow a small car behind us, so...
Sometimes we are like a caravan, aren't we?
Yeah, I suppose so.
And I can see benefits and things to like about both.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think, it doesn't seem like a long waffle there, but...
No, but I mean, we try and keep it short, don't we, for these Vanners collaborations, so people have an opportunity to watch the other videos in the playlist.
That's right, which would be interesting to see, because obviously people have different reasons for doing motorhoming or caravanning. So what you can do is, at the end of the video, there'll be a card, and that will be around about here.
About there, yeah.
If you click on that card, it'll take you to the playlist, and you can watch the other videos in the playlist and find out why other people have got into motorhoming or caravanning, and maybe some of those reasons will resonate with you, and maybe it'll get you into motorhoming or caravanning if you're not
already. Yeah.
I think I'll finish now.
New Year's Day, isn't it?
Now, haven't I?
Yeah.
So thanks for watching. Like I say, don't forget to watch the other videos in this list. If you enjoyed this one, give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Let me know why you got into motorhoming or caravanning. I'd be interested to hear. We'll see you soon.
Yeah. Bye then.